Charles Smith with the sport. And today we have news, bad news for lovers of the Ghana Premier League. And also we have updates of one player who has made a big move to China. We give you the details of that plus what's trending from around the world. Thank you for your time. If you were expecting the Ghana Premier League to start this weekend like I was when I woke up this morning, you can put that thought back where it was, under the carpet. That's because the Ghana Football Association have suspended the start of the league indefinitely. And this is because of the injunction that was placed by Olympics. Yesterday, I did tell you at the same time that the GFA did not give us an answer about whether they received the injunction or not. It turns out that a staff member of the FA was given that injunction, and so automatically they did. This is a story on my Joe Online, that the 2017-2018 season will not start as scheduled. Also, that the announcement was made by the GFA today through a letter signed by the entity's Deputy General Secretary, Ismail Gado, as well. It's a very short and terse letter, and a very brief letter. It says, please be informed that match day 1 of the 2017-18 GPL has been postponed to a new date to be announced later. Let's see the rest of the story. Yeah, and it says the development comes on the back of Olympics serving the FA with another writ seeking to injunct the league. Last week, an Accra High Court dismissed the club's first injunction and asked the two parties to resolve their differences. But Olympics say that they are seeking justice for all clubs. And that is what you are going to hear right now from Amaka Amatefio.
If the rules say that when a player is not eligible to play, when a player is disqualified to play, if in spite of the disqualification he plays, he should be sanctioned. The club should be sanctioned. If for any reason those players that we have identified that they played when they were not supposed to play, if there is any reason why they should not be sanctioned, let them say it. If those players are above the law, let them say it. But they should not ask the clubs to go back to the playing field knowing that they will not implement the rules. Against what rules are we going to play if the league should start? The rules which have been abandoned? The constitution which is ignored? No. Accra Great Olympics are not fighting for Accra Great Olympics. Accra Great Olympics are fighting for all the clubs in this country.
The drama continues. Join us for the football show for your comments on social media, and I'm sure a lot of you have a lot to say when I open the phone lines. 10:30 it is. Today, though, another story that's been quite topical around the world has to do with yet another very good player who has decided to make the move to China. This time, that player is a Ghanaian. It's Richmond Boakye Iadom, scorer of 42 goals in 48 games. He's decided to go take the journey to the east, not the journey to the west this time. And you can see here 42 goals in 48 games for Red Star Belgrade. That's their logo on top there. And also the club he's joining is Suning, Jiangsu Suning in the Chinese Super League. The transfer fee is in the region of about 5.5 million euros, and I've confirmed that with the agent of the player. Also, the annual salary is about 4 million euros a year. If you compute that over 12, that is about 333,000 euros a month, a week. He's going to earn just about 77,000 euros every week. Don't forget that in China, the tax regimes are not as, well, how do I put it, as difficult as in Europe, and so the bulk of the money is going to go to him. Also, we have a lot of comments on this. Join us on the football show. Most of you agree that it's a good move for him, even though he's only 25 years old. Several players have done it, and he can actually go there, get some money, and come back to Europe whenever he feels like it in a couple of years. Still on the sport, but this time we are still building up to the 2018 Commonwealth Games happening in Australia. The Ghana Olympic Committee General Secretary has called for the early preparation towards major events. Already, some of Ghana's teams have started preparing long ago, and Richard Akpokavi believes that this is what should be standard.
Do the best that they can. But I always say that these multi-sport events, we must always understand that it doesn't start the year it's going to take place. We should have started preparing 4 years ago, just like how we should start preparing for the Olympic Games now. So the investment should not be only 2, 3, 4, 5 months before the competition. It should be 2, 3, 4 years before the competition. So as a country, that's what we must aim at. If we're able to do that, then we can really say that, yes, we are targeting, and even be able to say specific persons who we are targeting, because we would have prepared those people specifically to win medals. That's what we have to do.
Let's take a trip across the continent, and ahead of the Commonwealth Games, Ghana is preparing, like you've heard. What about South Africa, one of the most prolific countries from this continent? They've already unveiled their kits for the Commonwealth Games next month.
The 2018 edition of the Commonwealth Games is a little over a month away, and we can confirm that Team South Africa will be looking the part both on and off the competition venues in the Gold Coast. On Monday, SASCOC, along with Team Kit sponsor Lotto, unveiled the kit that our athletes in Australia will be donning between the 4th and 15th of April.
It was good for us to give it to the athletes themselves with their commission, to say to Natalie, the chair of the Athletes Commission, Natalie, go and sit down. We will find the sponsor. You then sit down and then say to them, here we go. This is what we want. And you saw the exposure here that's them. And I think every South African watching this and every South African seeing them in Australia will be able to say, that's us, that's the athletes, they took the decision.
So the 2018 kit is all about the athletes. One of those is world champion long jumper Luvo Manyonga. It's hard to believe that this will be his first appearance at the Commonwealth Games. Not many people win Olympic silver and world championship gold before debuting at the Games.
Wow, the kit is very great, and the texture of it is nice, and the feeling on the body is quite excellent, you know. I think we have to go there and show the world how we're made of. We have a very good chance of getting more medals this year because of the action that is going on in the country. Like each and every sport, we're doing so good. So I think that's the environment we're into is going to make the country proud.
And he was the guy you saw last on the catwalk there. Not surprising, because he has said last year in an interview, several interviews, that he wants to be the next Usain Bolt. So he takes every opportunity to be that showman. Speaking of showman, it's award season. One of the highest sports awards has been held. It's the Laureus. And Roger Federer and Serena Williams were rewarded for outstanding performance in the year under review. Let's take a glimpse at the highlights.
The Laureus World Sports Awards celebrated the past year's achievements. South Africa's Caster Semenya was in line for World Sportswoman of the Year. Semenya, who reclaimed the world 800-meter title in London last year and won bronze in the 1500 meters, faced stiff competition from six-time Olympic gold medalist Alison Felix, swimmer Katie Ledecky, tennis star Garbiñe Muguruza, skiing sensation Michaela Schifrin, and Serena Williams. The accolade went to Williams, who in 2017 won the Australian Open for the 7th time, an Open era record. It was her 23rd Grand Slam success. In the process, she overtook Steffi Graf's 22.
I feel really honored because it's a special award.
The men's top gong went to Roger Federer. The Swiss maestro, who also won the Comeback of the Year award, won his 5th Australian Open and 8th Wimbledon title in 2017, becoming only the 2nd man in the Open era to win Wimbledon without dropping a set. He beat track sensation Mo Farah, 4-time Tour de France champion Chris Froome, Formula One drivers champion Lewis Hamilton, great tennis rival Rafael Nadal, and football's Cristiano Ronaldo to the award.
Back to my rival Rafa, I want to just give a shout out to him. He had an unbelievable year himself. We had a great battle, and it's because of a guy like him I feel like I've become a better player as well, so he could very well be here as well tonight. This means the world to me. Thank you so much.
Mercedes' AMG Petronas Formula One team claimed the award for World Team of the Year. With drivers Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas behind the wheel, the team won both the Constructors' World Championship and the Individual World Championship for the fourth successive year. Mercedes beat France's Davis Cup tennis team, basketball's Golden State Warriors, New Zealand's America's Cup sailing team, the New England Patriots, and Real Madrid. Spain's Sergio Garcia won the World Breakthrough of the Year award after his triumph at Augusta National. In April, he beat Justin Rose in a playoff to capture the coveted green jacket at the Masters. It was his first major success. French sailor Armel Leclerc clinched the award for Action Sports Star of the Year, and a Sportsperson of the Year with a disability went to the outstanding Swiss wheelchair racer Marcel Hug.
Congratulations to all of them. Been a great year. Hopefully this year will give us even more breathtaking moments. I'll be back at 10:30 for the football show to show you the latest highlights and have a discussion about a thing or two, especially where the Ghana Premier League is concerned.